Doing, brother? Just a quick one. I just wanted to kind of let you know what's happening. I mean, I know I haven't spoken to you for over a month, and we're coming up to a month and 2 days now, so I don't know what's going on. I really hope your sister's all right. I really, I'm just so sorry about the whole thing about what you told me about your sister and, your niece, and I can understand. You know me, I went through my mum and dad passing away, and you've obviously had the same experience, and I just want you to know, just stay strong. If you need me, I'm here. I can obviously help you with talking through it because some people can't understand and comprehend what we're going through, but I certainly can. All right, so just remember I'm there. Okay. Now, I just want to kind of tell you what I was thinking here. Now, I know last time we spoke, you were looking to fix and send over the source code through the PGP. But listen, I think we should stop that. The reason I think we should stop that is because I think it's something that you're not comfortable with, and I want you to be comfortable. You're one of my business partners, and it's not as if we've just done this over the course of 2 years, which we have, but at the same time, this is not just a 2-year thing. You're not going to just finish with me and then we carry on. I think we got a long-term future together, and the businesses we can build, man. I mean, it's amazing. So I understand how you feel, and to be honest with you, I can probably comprehend that a lot of people would have felt the same way, man, to be honest. But I found that if you just see it as a gift by God, because actually that's what happened. I mean, the way that it's been done is incredible. And the person that's, we can potentially get involved with. I mean, let me just tell you something. You will never, if you're worried, because obviously I've been sitting here thinking, what is he going through? What's happening? I know you've been going through some emotional stuff, and I understand, but I just want you to know, man, there's no way on earth I would ever cut this guy in and cut you out, ever. All right? And you can see straight into my face for that, because I just wouldn't do that. It's just not me. All right? I want you to know that. And you just, you're my little brother, you know what I mean? And we've been through so much talking, doing this business, doing lots of stuff. I mean, we're in an amazing position in life, but I don't want you to think that that's something that I'm doing. If we bring when this situation comes up and we bring this guy on board to fix what he's supposed to fix, because after all that's what his job would be, then he'd just get paid for his work. He would not have anything to do with our long-term goals. He wouldn't have anything to do with our money as far as cutting him in or anything like that. He'd just be paid normally, on a deal. I'd put him on a price point and we'd do it. But I can't talk to you yet because obviously we haven't spoken, so I don't know what price to say to him. I don't know what to do. I really want it fixed though, definitely. Now, the one thing I want you to know as well, man, is so you're probably thinking, what's Chris been up to? Now, I told you before, I handle the business and you handle the tech. Now, I understand, you've been doing a lot of the tech, man. I mean, the tech's been crazy, but at the same time, I've been doing a lot of business. So let me just give you an example. There's somebody I've basically met last year who I've known for years now, because when I met her in Dubai, and she's very, very credible to do the position I want her to do. So I mean, personally, she's going to handle my family's fortune and my family's office. And I want you to really take that on board, man. But I think she'd be very good for you as well. Her name is Kavita. She's been in the industry for over 20 years. So she's got 20 years experience of financial investments and, in this. So the maddest thing is, when I contacted her, just because I was thinking, who can manage this kind of money? And when I contacted her, she'd just recently done a seminar on crypto. She had no idea about what crypto was, how it works. And she'd just done a seminar. So it was absolutely divine the way that we met and, had that conversation. And I've really been able to teach her a lot in the market. And not only that, she's been going to conferences now that baffles the people on stage, which is brilliant, because that just goes to show how we're getting on ourselves, So we've been working out some stuff. I mean, we've got everything lined up now. I've got companies set up, we can do abroad. We've got stuff that we can do as a long-term investments. We've got stuff that this will be really interesting to you. Now, a couple of days ago, I've done a demonstration with a company that's actually very, very big in the marketplace, but not in the crypto industry. But they are now. They've specifically done stuff for the NASDAQ and all of the stock exchanges, and they created stock systems. So they created exchanges and facilities for people to do financial investing. So I had a conversation with them, and I actually done a live demo with them. And I really, really felt they were perfect for us, man. I mean, everything would be taken care of. You wouldn't need, you'd oversee it, of course, as a tech man. I don't want to put no stress on you. I'd rather you kind of relax and work with me on the business front, and I can kind of teach you that way, because that's what I know. But obviously overseeing the tech as well. So, because I know that's your passion and you love that. So, but kind of, I had that demonstration with them, and I wanted them to understand that we were looking to build out a private exchange as well as a public exchange. And they spoke to me about lots of different things. I really want you to see that demonstration, because then you can see what's possible. You can see where the flaws are, because I know what you're going to do. You're going to look at it and think, right, okay, where can I potentially see the risks and everything? So you can do a risk analysis on that. But I think that's something we need to do. So we've got I've got definitely out of my mind 2 exchanges. The reason I was thinking about exchanges was, man, we got a lot of coin. And a lot of it's, really, really going to be a case of making sure we can split it and, really maximize BCH and all the other kind of cryptos that are around it, the dividends. And I think the best way to do that is to actually have our own exchanges, because what this will do is it will allow us to trade with other people, but at the same time, it will allow us to offload our stock to big, investment and institutional brands. That today, just to give you an example, they reckon 20% of the financial, markets, as well as investment funds or hedge funds, etc., are starting to look at the way Bitcoin is, cryptocurrencies are, and they're getting in. So this is massive for institutional investment. So right now is the perfect time for us, man, definitely. I know 2 years ago, we were looking at Bitcoin, a while ago, where the price was around $1,000 or whatever, but now we're looking at over 9. We obviously in December, where you were, when you weren't around, it was like 17. So the potential's massive. You know that, we know that. But I just want to tell you about that. So let me just give you an example of what I was thinking. Now, you've obviously been struggling with this whole project, and it's understandable, man. I mean, you've been going through a lot of family stress, as well as that you just, want to complete. And I know how much you love us, and I know how much you love my family, and, I love you like a brother, you know what I mean? We go back a long way now. But the one thing I was going to say is I've managed to speak with Kavita, and I said, look, what I want to do is I've looked at a couple of options, and I really want to get this resolved, but I want it to be so that me and Sergey can meet, have a proper conversation, and really dig out and find out what's going on and find out where we want to go, because it's not just me making decisions, man. I want you to know we're 50-50 every way, all the way through this, because then that means that that whatever you say is taken on board, and whatever I say is taken on board, then the decision is made. That's the way we're going to work, all right? I'm not doing it any other way. I obviously have a business acumen. Take advantage of it. I know you've got the tech acumen. Let's take advantage of it. I've got some great angles, in which case, doing hardware wallets associated with these Bitcoin, exchanges, etc. So there's really cool stuff coming up. I think one of the biggest problems people have right now is if an exchange closes, then everyone can't get their access to their funds. But if we do it through hardware wallets, they can, because they've got their own private keys, they've got their own money, and it's decentralized. That's what I'm looking at. That will take us to top 3, man. Right now, I think Binance are doing over $30 million a day or something like that. It's massive. So they're top 1. So we're looking at around top 3. That's what I want to be able to produce as far as a business is concerned. So let's go for that. I think we can. But I just wanted to tell you that basically I spoke with Kavita, and I've looked, and obviously I'm piss poor because of this situation. And, I'm really trying to get a job and trying to be balanced and everything. But this is my only love, man. This is my only love. I'm so fascinated with this industry. And I know really we could do some great things together. And I know we have. But, the world, we keep it undercover. Kavita would represent our business. She'd be the face of the business. Obviously, there'd be different faces for our exchanges. So we don't ever have to come into the public. We can just sit back and just, run the show. And I think that's a good comfort zone for both of us, as far as security and everything, keeping everything down and safe. But I just wanted to say that I think the best solution is you need to get out of Russia. Now, I've looked at this. If I come to Russia, it's going to take about a month or 2 to get a visa. If you come to London, it's going to take about a month or 2 to get a visa. If we go to America, it's going to take a couple of months, definitely, to get visas for both of us, plus costs. But I think what the best thing to do is to go to Dubai. Now, that's where we want to set up anyway. We discussed that ages ago. And I think that the good thing about Dubai is Kavita's already there. So she's really, really ready. She's got loads. I mean, we're probably looking at around 115 to 120 million dollars deals on the table already. And we haven't even got anything physical for them to see or to do right now, right here. So we've got loads of potential there to instantly make some good coins straight away. And, do some transfers and do business there. But one thing I think would be good, bro, is if me and you went over there on the 10th of May for 10 days, just me and you. And from there, from that base, obviously I'd have to get a premises or whatever, but from that base, we would basically contact, Ravi over in Silicon Valley, who as Kalabailova. We would, and that's his alias, obviously, on the other chat, but on Wicca. But we would basically put it all together, and we would send it. Obviously, he would fix that code, man, and the panic would be off. But I could show you around Dubai. She could show us around Dubai. She could show us the villas we were looking at to buy. She could show us the potential businesses we can look into, offices, office space, so much different things that we could really, really pay attention to and really get our teeth into and see the future. That's what we need to do. All this kind of typing and panic about coding, come out of it, man. Let's get back to life, you know what I mean? Let's really have some fun. So I think Dubai would be brilliant. She's opted to pay for your ticket. As you know, I'll have to pay for mine, and somehow I'll have to pay for the place or whatever. But that will happen. One thing I've noticed is the universe is on our side, man. There's no particular reason why we didn't meet. There's no particular reason why, we've done this business. There's no particular reason why we started at such a low rate on the price and it's going really well. It's because we're good together, and we're not being punished from the length it's taking. I think we're being rewarded for the time and patience we've got. But guess what? I think we've been really patient now. It's 2 years down the line, man, and I think that's going to be something we need to do. So I'm obviously sending you this video simply because obviously we've never spoke properly on the phone, which I really am looking forward to. And I really want to get us personable, because we go down, we go back a long way, but just in texting. So, it's been a very sort of unorthodox way of communicating, but, it needs to change because we've got a very, very clean business. We've got a really good future ahead of us. But as I said, she's arranged all the deals. So this is my idea, right? So we get together in Dubai. I mean, your visas can take, my visa's for 30 days, your visa's 30 days. I think it might be 40 actually. Maximum. So there's just the cost of the flight, which she'll handle. I will obviously get some support here somewhere from somehow. You know what I'm like. I'll get the money from somewhere, and I will be able to get over there and we'll stay there from the 10th. Funny enough, my birthday's on the 17th, so we might have a bit of a party there potentially. But on the 20th, we would look to obviously exit and depart. But by then, we would be able to have our active Bitcoin servers all ready to go, properly lined up, fixed, man. Fixed, because these guys are tech guys, exactly the same as you, but there's like an ants, there's more of them, their team, you know what I mean? And not only that, they deal at the highest level. So it's nothing new. It's nothing kind of, I'm not just met someone on the street and said, oh, do you know any tech? No, this is nothing. And I've not hired anyone from Freelancer or, any of that, any of those sites, like any of that previous Odesk, as you know. I've not gone into any of that. So luckily, we've been handed in by God, man. I mean, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. So if you are getting frustrated and you're finding yourself just really just hitting the wall constantly, just thinking, but I understand. I mean, obviously I did say to you, look, are we integrated into this? And I think that might put a bit of pressure on you. But bro, just step back of it, man. Let's get together. Let's really meet up and properly introduce ourselves in physical. I mean, we know each other mentally. That's fine. And I trust you and trust me. That's fine. But let's really get this down, man. This is an absolutely massive opportunity, and there's no reason why this particular stash that we've got, our Bitcoin, which basically we've grown, can't make us even more wealthy coming. And not only that, it's money for the children's children. I know you're looking for a family and everything, and not only that, right now I think your sister really needs that, that support financially. And I don't want you to suffer from that. I can't suffer anymore. Look at me. I'm in this fancy dress clothes because I've got to go to work. And, I don't want to live someone else's dream. I don't want to live in, a bondage knowing that what I could really be. I've come to this earth to be here, to be now. And so have you. You've learnt that technique and that technology, and your own technical mind was given to you by your mum and dad because of this moment. So both of us owe it to each other. We owe it to explore exactly what we were here for. And you know what? The good that we can do, man. I mean, if you think about it, the way that the current markets are, the loan system, all that stuff, man, we can overturn that because people wouldn't need to panic about things. We could really change lives, man. And that's what I'm talking about. One thing for sure is you need to change your family's life as well, as much as I need to change my family's life. So let's get real. And I really look forward to speaking with you soon. All right. I hope that you are seeing this video because, man, I love you, bro. And it goes back a long way. So just stay strong. I hope the family's okay. I hope your sister's okay. But just come back to me and let me know how you're getting on. Because at least, you know, say something, because silence is not bliss. All right. But it'd be good to hear from you. And I look forward to catching up with you, bro. Take care. Bye.